A stray dog unexpectedly barged through the front doors of Mercer General Hospital, shocking the staff. Echoed down the hallway, security was called, but before anyone could stop him, one nurse spotted something strange. The dog was carrying a black plastic garbage bag in his mouth. At first, it looked like a regular trash bag, but it moved just hours earlier before dawn. Had even broken the dog. A sandy-furred mutt named Toby had begun his daily search for food for nearly a decade. Toby had lived on the streets he had long ago given up on. Trusting people too many had yelled at him, kicked him aside, or treated him like a nuisance, but hunger did not wait for kindness. So Toby did what he always did. He sniffed through the trash bins behind an old bakery 2 blocks from the river. That was when he found it. Lying beside a stack of broken boxes was a torn black garbage bag, curled tightly, something inside. It shifted. Toby paused. It did not smell like trash or rotting food. It smelled like something living, something helpless. He gently nosed the bag open. Inside was a baby no older than a few days, barely breathing, cold, alone. Toby froze. Then, as if driven by something deeper than instinct, he gently closed his mouth around the edge of the bag and began to limp toward the only place he remembered always had people, the large white building on Elm Street, Mercer General Hospital. By the time he reached the front entrance, it was chaos. Paramedics were unloading a patient, nurses and aides rushed in and out. Toby stepped forward and was immediately pushed back by a startled receptionist. No one looked down, no one saw the bag in his mouth. So Toby turned and ran inside. He darted into a corridor, down past supply closets and vending machines until he reached a staff lounge. 3 nurses were seated with coffee cups in hand. 2 stood and waved their arms to shoo him out. But when a young woman named Erin Walker looked closer, she noticed something. The dog's eyes, not fear, not aggression, focus. She stepped forward. "It's okay," she whispered. Toby gently placed the bag on the floor, then stepped back. Erin dropped to her knees. What she saw made her gasp. A crash team arrived as soon as a newborn baby who was blue-lipped and silent and barely surviving was called for assistance. One of the doctors took over and checked the baby's vitals. They hurried the infant to the neonatal intensive care unit. Because their skin was cold, their breathing was almost non-existent, but their heartbeat was still flickering. Erin continued to watch the dog that would not go away. So she knelt down once more and cautiously extended her hand. 3 months after she scratched behind his ears, Toby let her touch his head and tilted gently in her direction, experiencing the first gentle touch he had experienced in years. After Erin brought him home that same day, Toby was no longer a stray. He had transformed from a homeless person to a devoted friend. But the tale did not stop there, because sometimes the greatest heroes do not wear uniforms. Erin came home one late afternoon holding a small bundle in her arms. Toby stood motionless, but he could immediately recognize the scent. It was the baby, now healthy, warm, and smiling, no longer wrapped in a trash bag. Erin sat down beside Toby, the baby in her arms and the dog at her feet. 3 lonely lives that had once been broken were now made whole by one impossible act of courage.